What's going on, YouTubers? It's the Natural Born Thriller, and welcome everyone to All Elite Wrestling Review, the show from June 3rd, 2020. And this will be your AEW Dynamite results. Your commentators were Don Cap. I'm sorry, that was the wrong show, the wrong company. Jim Ross, Excalibur, and Tony Schiavone. There we go. Located in Jacksonville, Florida, at Gilly's place. So, that being said, let's just get right into the show here, folks. We got a lot of wrestlers surrounding the ring. Obviously, it tends to be in your seats in the sections. Playing fans, including Shit Baker, and she's got her own Rolls Royce. Basically, it's like her own throne. Like it's if you've seen the show, you know what I'm talking about. I'm like, oh my god, like why can't she just go home and just rest? I thought. Now here's the thing. I didn't I did not praise her getting hurt. I didn't want her to get hurt, and I didn't wish for her to get hurt. It was one of the things that has happened during the go home show of what tends to go into Double or Nothing. Is unfortunate what happened with her, and I feel bad for her. But now they're doing this thing where she has to be there. That way she won't have to lose any momentum because she's because her role of being a heel. That's what they're doing with her. Basically, they want to keep this momentum going. I'll get to that when we get to that part where where it annoyed me to hell. They couldn't just have her just be out there. They did some with her too. But we'll get to that, unfortunately. But the opening match, I believe, if I'm not mistaken, I believe I saw Vicky Guerrero in the crowd. I could be wrong. I could swear I saw her there. But yeah, Vicky Guerrero is part of AEW now, so she made the right choice, by the way, to be part of AEW. But anyways, the opening match is for the AEW World Tag Team Championship. You have Kip Sabian being choreographed before, and Jimmy Havoc versus the AEW World Tag Team Champions, the Hangman Adam Page, and Kenny Omega. Match happens, as it being pretty good. At one point, Penelope Ford got involved, and she's like getting caught, and she's like getting kicked out. Jimmy Havoc ends up pulling some cheating tactics, where he to put out a screwdriver, a wrench, meant to say, excuse me, a wrench. But at the end of the day, it didn't matter because Kenny Omega and the Hangman, Adam Page won the last shot, the last call, meant to say, the last call, which is the buckshot lariat from the Hangman and the V trigger from Kenny Omega. And there you go. And the match was good. I like finally a match that Kip Sabian and Jimmy Havoc had. I thought it was a good match. Obviously because of the Hangman and Kenny Omega, but still, great job. And the right team won. After the match, we saw Tully Blanchard, who's now back, by the way, and he's screaming at Shawn Spears because he's been losing all that. He's been made as a joke, a mockery, and talk about is this what you want your legacy to look like and everything. And all of a sudden, we get to a part where they're in the limo. He pulls out some kind of metal case to give to Shawn Spears. Shawn Spears takes a look at it. He opens the case, and out comes a single black glove. I'm assuming maybe he wants to be like Blackjack Mulligan. Who else? Oh yeah, Big Daddy Cool Diesel. I mean, Shawn Spears ain't gonna be no Big Daddy Cool Diesel or no Blackjack Mulligan. but I don't get where they're going with this. I guess we'll find out eventually. But Sean Spears looks serious now. He's got that serious look on his face. Maybe he'll be taken seriously this time, but I digress. Brian Cage being accompanied by Taz versus Sean Dean, and Brian Cage just won. He squashed Sean Dean. Now, what to say about that? It was a dominant faction. After the match, Taz gets a microphone and says that Moxley for laughing at at Taz pertains to laughing pertains to his opponent, and he finds that very disrespectful, and it pissed him off. And basically says that Moxley needs to get his head straight because Brian Cage is going to take his head off at Firefest. All of a sudden, John Moxley comes out, the AEW World Champion. He gets in the ring. Taz tells him, who you think you are and all that. You better be careful of what you say in the ring. So Moxley says, the reason he was smiling and laughing is because he wants the fight like a Brian Cage, to give him more of a fine chance in there on that, because with him, fighting like Brian Cage makes him more makes him better, and says when someone steps in the ring with him for the title, it will not be a game. Moxley says that Cage might be something different entirely in AEW, but so is John Moxley. And then Moxley goes to say that Brian Cage is swimming in the water with a different breed of shark, and he's not intimidated by their words. So whatever, and that was basically it. And there you go. Moxley basically let them know what's up, and there you go. And I cannot wait to see this match between Brian Cage and John Moxley. It's gonna be the first time ever. Also, we're outside. We see Alex Marvez. He's interviewing. Well, he was going to interview Jake Roberts or Lance Archer. Lance Archer also he's been up some guy. I feel bad for him, but at the same time, not really, because where pertains to crossing the path of the Murdoch monster, everybody dies, and that's exactly what happened. So Jake Roberts is trying to calm him down. So by the looks of it, not even Jake Roberts can contain the Murdoch monster in Lance Archer. Lance Archer is basically cuts a promo by saying, one loss ain't no big deal. He'll show everyone pain and torture, and they'll never forget because everybody dies. And Jake Roberts basically apologized for what Lance Archer did when it comes to shoving Alex Marvez out of the way. I thought he was going to kill Alex Marvez, but I guess Alex Marvez is one of those guys that doesn't want to take any beatings when it comes to selling any strikes, whatever. Maybe that's the case, but I could be wrong. But lately he's been insulted by the Inner Circle. He's been insulted by Nyla Rose in a way, and now with Lance Archer. So basically, that's basically what is going on with him. But yeah, it was surprising to me is that Jake Roberts is apologizing, and also he's in a way he's afraid of Lance Archer now. I don't know. It was strange, but whatever. We go to a bar where Private Party was there. Mark Quinn and Isaiah Cassie meant to say. And also we see Matt Hardy bump into them. And basically it's just regular Matt Hardy. And basically they have a little chat and all that. And basically Matt Hardy praised Private Party, which is them being a tag team that reminds them of the Hardy Boys. And then also they start saying, we could be a team called the Hardy Party. Okay. I didn't get used to it until later on, but But at that moment, I was like, okay, private party, okay. All of a sudden, Mary walks up to Sammy Guevara, and says, "We're cool, man. Respect." And then walked away. And Guevara was like, "Huh?" He basically looked confused. Even I looked confused there at all. Um, so there you go. We see Ali with QT Marshall, and then we get to Colt Cabana versus Chris Jericho, being accompanied by Jake Hager. Match itself, it was decent. Obviously, Chris Jericho wins. I mean, seriously, Colt Cabana beating Chris Jericho, come on. But I love the fact that he sold the juice effect very well. The juice effect that Jericho gave to Colt Cabana, murder, and took his head off of Colt Cabana. I think Jake Hager got involved a little bit, but just for a little bit. But after the match, Chris Jericho cuts on a microphone and says, basically talks about what happened to Colt Cabana, and then we're to what's going to happen to Iron Mike Tyson, who's that piece of shit, according to Chris Jericho. And Jericho says, this is a fight that everyone wants to see. I agree. So he calls out the baddest man on the planet. So he calls out the baddest man on the planet, and out comes freshly squeezed Orange Cassidy. So Orange Cassidy rolls in the ring. He walks up to Chris Jericho, takes Jericho's hands, puts it into his belt. Chris Jericho's belt. Then he puts his hands in his pockets. They go to attack Orange Cassidy, but he ducked out there, and he was best friends in the crowd as they took him away. Santana Ortiz comes out, and as best friends, and Cassidy walks away. Inner Circle was talking trash, and that was it. So Orange Cassidy got a 1-up on the Inner Circle here. So yeah, I guess Orange Cassidy is the baddest man on the planet, And by the way, I said something about working with Jericho versus Tyson for Fighter Fest. Well, based on what they've been doing lately, it look obviously because Orange Cassidy got involved in the way. Where it tends to the Inner Circle, where it tends to the backstage interviews, and then with the Proud and Powerful being up on Orange Cassidy, and then also this happens with Jericho calling up the baddest man on the planet, and Orange Cassidy comes out for the call, even though it was not reference to him, it's reference to Mike Tyson, and which we all knew that he was going to be there anyways, but it was nice that Orange Cassidy made the call because he is the baddest man on the planet, and so yeah. I think this is going to be Orange Cassidy versus Chris Jericho at Fighter Fest instead, which I can't wait to see. Hasn't been announced yet, but we'll see how that turns out. But I'm pretty sure that's going to happen. Then we get to Ship Baker, her workout monologue, I just say, with Reba. I mean Reba. I meant to say. Yeah, and they call her by Reba. Instead of calling her by Rebel, they call her Reba. And basically, it's Chip Baker training in her wheelchair with a rope, with the 2-pound weight. Like this, oh my god, this is so. I was losing my mind. Like, this is so stupid. Also, you had the trainer. I mean, the doctor. I meant to say doctor. At first, I was going to say referee, but I meant to say doctor. Dr. Sampson was there. He was there, and he was being annoyed by Shit Baker, and I don't blame him. But at the same time, he stood there on the roofer and all that to fight the pain and all that. And like, what pain? She's in a wheelchair. She's not doing anything. She wasn't doing anything. This was so stupid. And all of a sudden, to make matters worse, and I kept on saying this, we're to make matters worse because I like this guy since the days of WCW. Tony Schiavone cheers Shit Baker on. And I'm saying, so wait a minute. You're the same Tony Schiavone that Shit Baker's been shitting on you, working to working Starbucks and all that, and insulting you on commentary and all that. What the fuck? So she finally made it to the ramp, whatever, and they all cheer for her. And like, garbage. I'll lose my mind watching this. But it was entertaining. Anyways, Nyla Rose versus Big Swole. Big Swole was wearing Inspire Yellow Ranger gear, which I love. I really love. I really love. On top of that too, I forgot her name. Back in the days of Power Rangers, and African American chick played the Yellow Ranger, not only for the series but also for the Power Rangers first movie. For the '90s, not the reboot garbage. Well, I don't know how garbage it is, but I heard people from everyone's garbage. And the reason I say that first is because I haven't seen it yet. So, but I digress. Anyways, so the match happens. And it's a pretty good match. Unfortunately, Big Swole comes up short, and Nia Rose wins with a pop-up spine buster and gets the win. After the match, Tony Schiavone interviews Big Swole. And Big Swole says, despite her loss, it feels good to be back and everything, and blah, blah, blah. Yeah, because she was to keep herself in quarantine. All of a sudden, Shit Baker is running her mouth to Big Swole. Then, also, Big Swole gets a steel chair. And, like, really, Big Swole? This is kind of low for you. Especially, someone like a Shit Baker. Yeah, even though she gets on my nerves, Shit Baker, and she was getting on my nerves on here. But I do not but even pertains to in her condition, I will not have Big Swole get a steel chair and go to attack her with a steel chair. But obviously she didn't get to do that because she Baker got away, but she didn't really got away. It was a good it was not a good segment at all. Afterwards, it was a waste of time. It was not needed. I don't understand this at all. It's not going to lead to anything because they, obviously Shit Baker can't do anything because she's still hurt. So what was the point? What was the point of this? I don't know. I just don't know. Go backstage. Yeah, I'm just gonna move on. We go backstage. We see Tony Schiavone interviewing Darby Allin. Apparently he's not clear to be in action because of what happened at the casino ladder match, and says that about he has some words to say about Taz and everything, but he says life is one big joke. But Brian Cage, he basically said to him that Darby Allin was going to get the last laugh, and that was it. We get Tony Schiavone interviewing FTR, and this was from earlier on that day. Yeah, Tony Schiavone was doing a lot on this episode, folks. Especially with the whole thing with Shit Baker. But FTR, Cash Wheeler, and Dax Harwood. So they're being interviewed by Tony Schiavone. Basically, they say it's anything they want to be. It can just take a life of itself. It's a lifestyle. And right now, it's for the revolution. About it, and they were saying this reference to Tony question. What does FTR means? That basically, they say it can mean anything. So, and we'll get to that what happened with that one later on. During this segment, let's say. But they're asked for who they want to face, pretty much, because they were not basically Tony Schiavone runs out the tag team division in AEW. Well, not just funny. It was FTR that was random names. Guys like the Lucha Bros, Private Party, the Young Bucks. Well, actually, they didn't mention the Young Bucks. They didn't mention them yet. I think they mentioned something like an SCU, Butcher and Blade. I think they mentioned Butcher and Blade. I can't remember if they did or not, but yeah, they mentioned a couple of tag teams, especially the AEW World Tag Team Champions. And basically, what it is, Lucha Bros, they don't understand the base rules of tag team. Basically they're talking to Lucha Bros, which as you've seen with them, that is kind of true. But um, that's how they work too, by the way. And back in the days in AAA, in fact, that's how AAA works too. Represents the Lucha style. Sometimes represents going to the American soil to do to follow the rules of tag team. They sometimes forget all those type of rules. But anyways, and then also Tosh Fire mentions the Young Bucks, and so also they talk about they ain't happy. They ain't happy about hearing how great they are, and our team, and are the team of the decade, and basically saying that they want they don't want to they want to have a match of the year with them, but they want to just punch them in the face and for a quick and get a quick win. They end up finishing the interview, and the cameras were still rolling. Also, on Twitch, I asked him a question, talk to him about the whole FTR thing. By saying, I always thought that the FTR means fuck the revival. Now he didn't actually say the word. Well, he said the word fuck, but it was bleeped out by TNT. So FTR was laughing about that. Also, the Butcher and the Blade shows up. Basically, they want to fight the FTR. By the way, FTR interview at a lobby somewhere, at a hotel lobby somewhere in Florida. But yeah, but the Butcher and the Blade call up with FTR. They want to have a fight. Also, get a pull apart. Also, FTR advises them, how about we fight on the next show of AEW Dynamite, and they accept it, and also they leave. I think this says of FTR out. Basically, like the whole thing they did back in the E, whatever. Also were whatever in NXT. They were calling themselves, where they were saying they're the top guys, and they were the top guys during the time in NXT, and they will always say top guys out, and now they're saying FTR out, and there you go. But good interview from FTR, very good, and then afterwards was pretty good too. So next time I do an AEW Dynamite results for chance to do this for this review. I will talk about FTR versus the Butcher and the Blade. I'll talk about Colt Cabana versus Sammy Guevara. I'll talk about the incomplete TNT Championship match, and I'll get to who could be in it after this match. But before I do, let me get on. Jake Hager, Santana Ortiz versus Best Friends and Orange Cassidy will also be featured on the next AEW Dynamite show that I will do a review of it next eventually this week. And the AEW World Champion Jon Moxley will wrestle for the first time on AEW Dark, which I will do a review of that one too this week eventually. Go backstage, we see Alex Marvez talking to Colt Cabana, how he felt short against Chris Jericho, and basically Colt Cabana let him know that he felt short and everything, but he looked impressed and all that, and his win loss record is just is it's not that bad and all that, but also Brody Lee shows up, Mr. Brody Lee of the Dark Order, the Exalted One. And basically lets Colt Cabana know that after a loss, how he responds. basically lets him know that he can help him with that. And he walks off. Also, the sponsor man. I don't know if they ever mentioned his name though. The guy that's with the Dark Order. Was him being the spokesman. I mean, that's what I meant to say. Spokesman, not sponsor man. Spokesman. So he lets Coco Banner know, just think about it. He gives him a bottle of water and then walks off, and that was it. And then Coco Banner was drinking the bottle of water, and that was it. Sorry, I was distracted, folks. I apologize. Sorry for the quiet moment there. So Cody being accompanied by R. Anderson versus Jungle Boy, and this will be for the incomplete TNT Championship, featuring the champion, the incomplete TNT champion, Cody. So the match happens. Match was pretty good, by the way. Pretty good main event match between Cody and Jungle Boy. Both looked good. At one point, Cody was as the game busted open, and then during the time as well, MJF and Jungle Boy are arguing to each other, and basically Jungle Boy, was being told by MJF saying that basically MJF said you should be in this match. It should be me and all that, and he's like you're a joke and blah blah blah. So the match continues. At one point, Cody, I think he went to a table because I believe he was taken off the turnbuckle by Jungle Boy, and he lands to a table. I could be wrong. I think it was either Cody or I think it was either Jungle Boy and Cody that they both went to a table based on what they did. But either way, there was a table spot though. But yeah, this match was good though. In the end, it was Cody Rhodes obviously getting the win after hitting a crossroad onto Jungle Boy, a very nice crossroads too, by the way. And Jungle Boy still pretty well, and Cody Rhodes wins, and still the incomplete TNT champion. After the match, Brandy and Dustin Rhodes, well, along with R. Anderson, checking on Cody, while Luchasaurus and Marco Stuntgrove checks on Jungle Boy. Also, Cody up to Jungle Boy, and then hugs him and all that and praises him. Goes, yeah, for some reason, Power Rolls go off because I guess celebrating Cody Rhodes' first title defense. What the hell? That was over the top there. The whole Power Rolls thing was over the top. But I digress. All right, sorry, folks. I was counting how many matches were over there. So by looks of it, it was 5 matches. That was Total My Wrestling for AEW Dynamite from June 3rd, 2020. My overall rating for the show for this All Elite Wrestling review. Again, we're looking at AEW Dynamite. I'm gonna give this one a 8 out of 10. And with that being said, thank you all for watching. For It's the Natural Born Thriller saying peace on the streets. For this was your All Elite Wrestling review, where we're giving you AEW Dynamite results from June 3rd, 2020. The next time you hear from this All Elite Wrestling review, it will be results of AEW Dark from, I believe, 9th of 2020. Until then, folks, you all stay well, stay safe, take care of yourselves, everything that's going on in the world today. We all need it. Can't live without it. I'm tired now, so I'm out. Ta-ta for now.